Alright, let's look at the homework 2.5, problem number 8. Alright, so this piecewise function f is continuous everywhere, and we want to find a value and a b value. Alright, so let's do that. Alright, so each of these formula is continuous by itself. So we have to make sure that it's continuous at the gap, in this case x equals 2 and x equals 3. Alright, so let's take this limit. So I'm going to take the limit as x approaches 2 from the left, and then we're going to take the limit as x approaches 2 from the right. Right? So when you do that, so if you're approaching from the left, we're using this top formula, and I'm going to go ahead and factor the numerator out. So it's going to be x minus 2 times x plus 2. So that's the same thing as x squared minus 4. And I'm going to divide it by x minus 2. Alright, so we can cancel common factor on top and the bottom, and x is approaching 2, so you have a 2 plus 2, so you can see that this is going to be 4. Right? If you're approaching from the right, we're going to have to use the second formula, so we're going to put the ax squared minus bx plus 1. Right, but in this case, this is just a quadratic function, so you just plug in the number. So 2 squared is 4a, and minus 2b, and plus 1. Right? So we have to make sure that these two limits have the same value. So we're going to set those guys equal to each other. Alright, so we're going to get this equation, so I'm going to actually, let's see, I'm going to subtract 1 so that all the numbers are on the right hand side. So by subtracting 1, we have 4a minus 2b is equal to 4 minus 1, so it's going to be just 3. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing with the, excuse me, x equals 3. So we're going to take the limit as x approaches 3 from the left, right? And in this case, I'm going to use the have to use the middle formula. So ax squared minus bx plus 1, right? And also we're going to take the limit as x approaches 3 from the right. Right, so in this case, we're going to use the last formula, which is 4x minus a plus b. Right, so we can just plug in. So it's a 3 squared, so it's going to be a 9a minus 3b plus 1. And this is going to be 3 times 4 is 12 minus a plus b. Right? So again, we have to set these guys equal to each other. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, maybe I'm going to start with here 9a minus 3b plus 1 is equal to 12 minus a plus b. So I'm going to put all a and b on the left and all the numbers on the right. Right, so I'm going to, let's see, add a and subtract b, then I'm going to subtract 1. Alright, add a, so you're going to have 10a, and subtract b, so you have a negative 4b, and is equal to 12 minus 1, so it's going to be 11. Alright, we have that, right? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to here, I'm going to go down here, and I'm multiply this guy by 2. Right? That way you're going to get 8a minus 4b is equal to 6. Right? So we're going to do the subtraction here. So we have a subtract. So 10a minus 8a would be 2a. Right? Negative 4b minus negative 4b cancel out. 11 minus 6 would be 5. So we can find the A by divide through by 2. So you get the A is equal to 5/2. All right. Once you have A value, we can just plug this value back into an equation here. So I'm going to plug it in here. So you're going to have 4 times A is 5/2 and minus 2B is equal to 3. All right. So 4 and 2 cancel out, and there's going to be a 2 there. So 2 times 5 is 10, and minus 2b is equal to 3. So I'm going to subtract 10 so that you have a negative 2b is equal to a negative 7. All right, then I'm going to divide through by negative 2 so that the b is actually 7/2. All right, so A is 5/2 and B is 7/2. All right, let's type it in. All right, so we have, all right, 5/2 and 7/2. All right, so let's check the answer. All right, I came back and looks like we got the A value and V values correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.